Hello, I'm Dawn the Reclusive Crafter, and today is Saturday, and I'm going to not be doing scrap busting Saturday. I'm going to be doing stash busting Saturday. So I have had this little booklet, this pad, in my possession for a good few years, and I keep meaning to use it and I never get round to it. And I thought, well, we're now looking at doing Christmassy bits and pieces, I guess. So I thought now would be a good time to pull it out, have a look at what we've got and try and make use of it. So I've been through and I've pulled out some bits and pieces. And what I have decided to do is we have these, which I thought were absolutely beautiful. So I put these together just to show you what we're going to be doing. They're double pockets, and you've got one large pocket in here and you've got one little pocket in here, and I've already filled this one with a little envelope, and they're just embellished, ready for any Christmas journal, or you could give them separately as gifts with little gift cards in and a little card in the top. You could even hang them from your trees if you wanted to and decorate your trees with them. Very cute little pockets, like I say, journals, gifts, decorations, whatever you want to do with them, and you can decorate them in any way you want to. This was a vellum sheet, which I thought came out nicely, and then this one is just a lighter one with the darker patterns on them. So that's what we're going to be doing. I think that one I would probably stick into a journal because of the way I've designed that, but that's what we're going to be doing today. The book itself, I will just very quickly show you. It was a book of papers, front papers, and like I say, I mean, beautiful designs on them. I'm still trying to work out how to actually use these ones because they're a bit difficult to be used in a journal as a page. I suppose I could cut that out, but I'm still working out how to make use of those. So if you've got any ideas, please do pop them in the comments section, because I'd love to hear what you guys would do with them. And as you can see, lots of different pages that you can make use of for various bits. There's some vellum pages in here as well with different designs on. This was where I got the vellum for the pocket from. So these are very pretty with the swans on. There's little stickers there with the alphabet on, as well as numbers, which is very useful. And then in the back we've also got die cuts. So we've got die cuts, little banners, and there's a couple of pages of those. And then these were all die cut push outs. There are almost washi tape style strips as well, which I've used some of in previous projects and in the pockets that I've done. There's little die cuts of little boxes that you can make up. I mean, it really is just a lovely little book. Lots and lots of different things. As you can see, I've already pulled lots and lots of bits and pieces out of this to make use of. But the purpose of today is to show you how to make those pockets, and I'm going to use all of the little embellishments from here to do the pocket with. So let's get started. What we start with, these are just some of the little die cuts that I pulled out, and I will be making use of all of these little bits and pieces. I'm just going to push those out of the way for now. I shall do this in, I've pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4. I've pulled out 5 sheets. What I'll do is I'll show you how to do one of them first, and then we'll see how we're getting on for time, and we'll take it from there. So starting with a piece of paper, to actually make the pockets themselves, this is just the simplest little project, but it's very, very effective, as you've seen. I folded it first of all without actually folding it. I just creased the top there and then just creased the bottom bit there, and that just gave me where the center point is. And then what I've done is I have folded this over, so this just comes over to the center point, and then this one just comes slightly across the center point, so that you've got a little section there which goes over for you to glue. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're just going to glue this little bit down, and to make sure you get both sides, if you go down the one side, down there, and then on this side we come down here, and there we go, that's lovely. And then we fold it over and just gently massage it down, making sure that none of the glue sticks inside. And then to actually make the pockets themselves, there's no measuring involved here. You make the pockets as large or as small as you want to. So when you're doing your folding, just bear in mind that you're going to have a little fold over. So you're probably better to do the fold overs first. And I think probably about an inch is absolutely fine. Like I say, you can do the fold overs as large or as small as you want to. So you now know where that one's folding, so you can kind of see where this pocket's going to be coming up. So you can bring the pocket, as I say, up as high or as short as you want to. And I'm actually going to take this one down maybe a little bit shorter than that one. As you can see there, there's just a tiny little bit of difference there, hardly enough to make a difference. And then we're going to crease this one over, fold this one over, again roughly an inch. It really doesn't have to be a perfect science. Let me just pop one out of the way. Okay, so you can see that now where the pockets are coming into play. I'm going to miter these edges to make the flap, and so that I get it the same both sides. Just going to flip that over. Good old crafter's little tip there. I don't know if this is going to be the same length. Let's have a look. It pretty much is the same length, so I'm going to use these again to miter these corners. I might struggle a bit today because I've got something wrong with my eye, and I usually wear contact lenses, but I'm not allowed to wear my contact lenses at the moment. So I'm having a few fun and games with being able to focus on things, which is a bit of a nightmare, but we will muddle through the best we can. There we go. And that's that one. So those little bits we don't need, we'll get rid of those. Okay, and now I have seen people, when they do things like this, cut this flap off here. What I like to do is to fold it in like so, and I find it just gives that edging a much nicer edge, but it also gives it a little bit of rigidity there, which just makes it a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it less likely to tear. Just going to glue this little bit down. There we go, glue that bit in. There, that's that bit done, and then that bit folds over like so. That's that piece done. And then we're going to do the same one on the top pocket. I do like to fold them over first before I glue them, because sometimes I do find that when you try and fold them over for the first time, they don't always fold over straight away, and then you end up getting glue everywhere, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm going to now glue this one down. And you don't need a lot of glue with this, just enough to hold it in place, because it's not likely to be going anywhere. There we go. I'll just fold that one in, just give that a little press down. So that's the two edges done. The next step is to, sorry, I'm going to have to hold it up because I'm struggling to see it. Just going to fold it, I'm not folding it, I'm gluing it down the edge there. This is where it's going to fold over, and I'm also going to glue it, well, that's a nice straight line, isn't it? I'm going to glue it up there as well, and then we're going to fold that over and squish it down. Okay, and that is pretty much the pockets done. Like I say, it really couldn't be any simpler. So that's the two pockets, and then what you've got then, let me just find a little, have I got a little journal that I have, let me get my ideas journal out. And then this, when it sits into a pocket, let me just find a page, there we go. So that can sit on a page, anywhere on the page that you like. You can either glue it completely flat down, you can glue it on the three sides and have a tuck here, you can glue it on these three sides and have a tuck here, or you can just glue it on two sides and have a flap there if you've got a larger piece that you want to tuck it into. And then you've also got, let me find, there we go. So if you were to glue it on those three sides, you would have the tuck there, which would be lovely for a tag. You have a section there if you glue it on those three sides, and if you glue it just on the two sides, you would have a big flap there. But what you've also got is you've got a pocket there, you've got the large pocket there, and then you've got the shorter pocket there. So it really is a very, very versatile little piece to add to any journal, or like I say, you can make something from it to hang from your Christmas trees or give as gifts with little gift cards in, which I think is quite a nice idea too. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of embellishment on it. I've pulled out lots and little bits and pieces here, and what I thought was lovely in this particular pad that I found was that they've got templates for little bows. Now I don't want to add the same bow on there, so I'm going to have a look and see what we've got that will coordinate. I think the pink would look quite pretty on there because you've got pink in the berries there, which I think is absolutely lovely. We've also got the pink with the swans on. Not quite so keen as a match with that. We've got another green here with berries on, which is slightly different to this print. I think that's a little bit too similar. We've got the darker one here, which I think is perhaps too much of a contrast for that one. And then we've got a nice grey one, which again, not so keen on that one with it. So I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to go with the pink. The pink has got, I don't know if you can see that, the pink has got little feathers on, which I think is very pretty. And to make these is so simple. I don't know if you've made bows from paper before, but this was the template in the book, and what I have done is I've also made myself from this a permanent template. I'm just going to pull this out for you to have a look at. So I went ahead and I also made myself a heavy card template from these, and I just traced around it and cut it out, so that any time now I want a bow, I've literally, all I've got to do is pull this out and I can make myself some bows out of that. I have seen people do bows freehand. I'm not that clever, my hand isn't that steady, so you know, for me to have a template to do it is perfect. And to put these together, again, very simple. We're just going to glue this little bit here, and I like the fact that there's little holes in this particular die cut because, oh excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. It just gives you something to marry it up with. So the hole goes over the hole, and it shows you, it tells you exactly where that needs to go, which I think is a really lovely idea. And then this one, just glue it down. Didn't hold that one for long enough, it's just pinged back up. and then bring this one over and just again marry the little hole up. You want the nice curve in the bowl, in the bow even. That's that one done. And then this one just sticks onto there. I think I might have had a dirty thumb because I made a dirty print on there. But we're going to cover it up, so I'm not really too bothered about it. Then pop the glue down the centre of the bow piece there. And then again, just marry it up with a little hole on the other side. So it really is very, very simple to put together. There we go. And then to finish that off, you can put any little embellishment in there. You could put a little gem in there, or whatever you'd like to do with it. But that is the bow put together, and look how pretty that is. Cute little thing. What I did with mine, I've got, I don't know if you can see there, just a little snowman in that one. And that was just a tiny little button that I had that I took the back off, and I've still got some of those left. So I'm just going to dig them out. Here we go, look. So these were the little buttons I had, and they are just the cutest little things. There we go, look. I've got all sorts of things here. So there's a little mitten, a little red mitten, a little green mitten, a little Christmas tree. I quite like the idea of the Christmas tree, but I'm not sure it will go with that pink. Let me have a look. I think it will actually. I think I will use the Christmas tree. There's a little gingerbread man as well, which is so cute. And there's a few other, there's a little snowman there. There's snowflakes. Oh, there's a little, is that a little boot? It is. There's a little boot there as well. That's kind of cute too. Little boot. And a little reindeer as well. The reindeer's very tiny but very cute as well. I thought there were some Santas in here as well actually, but I don't think there is. Oh look, there's a little Santa sleigh there as well. So there's all different bits and pieces in there. And again, I can't remember where I picked these up from, but I've had them in my stash for a long time. And like I say, today is just going to be a little stash buster to start using bits and pieces up that I've got. So I've pulled these out, and I'm going to be using some of those as well. So as you can see on there, there's a little round bit there to sew on if you wanted to. I don't need it, so I'm going to cut that off, and I'm just going to use a little pair of wire clippers. If you push it right up to the edge there, just hold it in your hand because it does tend to go with a bit of a ping. That's that bit now cut off, so we don't need that bit. And I will stick this little piece onto the bow. Like so. I don't mind that the glues come out of the edge because it is art glitter glue. It will dry clear, so you won't see that on the finished product. You do need to hold it in for a little while, just to give it time to take. I'm just going to dab away that excess just so that it dries that little bit quicker. You can use Fabri-Tac on this. Sometimes Fabri-Tac is better because it holds a little bit firmer on hard things rather than the glitter glue, but the glitter glue does do a really good job as well. And then when you're happy that that's done, you can then glue that into place. But before we glue that into place, I need to decide exactly where it's going to go. So I'm just auditioning things at the moment to see what I want to use where. And we've got the little swan there, not sure about that. Got a little Christmas tree, that's quite cute, isn't it, to go with the Christmas tree. And again, things don't have to be square on. You can arrange these things in any way you want to. That's quite nice, like that. We've got another little Christmas tree there. I could pop that there, and then we've got a theme running through, which is lovely. Or we've got this little one here, which is very pretty. Although I think I might like to use those on the pink paper perhaps, not sure yet. So let's have a look and see what we've got. That one's quite nice, like that. Do I want to go that way round perhaps? Not use the tree at all. This is where I tend to take a lot of time up because I faff about quite a lot. Now then, I've also got an envelope full of stuff somewhere. Let me have a look and see what we've got in here of other little bits and pieces that I pulled out. There we go, those weren't part of it. And what have we got here? Will that fit in? Not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Oh, that's a nice tree. That's, oh, but the only thing with that is that gets covered up, doesn't it? I wonder, maybe if I bring that down there. No, I think I'm probably going to go with my first idea actually and bring that one in there. Maybe pop that across the bottom there. What do you think to that idea, guys? That's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to stop faffing and just go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not inking these today. Inking is optional. You will see people inking things, including myself, quite often, but you don't always have to ink things for it to look nice. And with this being Christmas, I think it would be nice without the ink. Now then, what way round? I don't want that. What way round do I want this? I'm trying to make my mind up now. I think I prefer it that way round. So I'm going to put that one at the angle there, and then we're going to pop a little bit of glue on to the bow. Hope you're having a nice weekend all. Today is my Saturday. I don't know what day it is when you actually get to see this. Oh, that's not going to work now, is it? Yeah, it will. And yeah, the weather's on the turn now. We're well into autumn by the look of it. The weather's on the turn. But I don't mind because I'm shut up in my little old craft room doing my bits. There we go. That's quite cute. I like that. Okay. And then here, the join of the pocket is down here, although you can't see it particularly well. And you've got a join there. So what I have done previously on the other pockets that I've done is I've just used something just to cover up that crease there, and I think I will do the same on this one. I'm going to use a little foam snowflake that I've got. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to pop that just down that little crease line there to cover that up. And I quite like the fact that that's off centre, which is cute. And then we've got some sentiments here. We've got joyful wishes, which could go on there or on there, although that's a little bit lost on there, isn't it? And we've got with love, which is very pretty. We've got Christmas wishes. Did I just say that? I don't know. Oh, winter wishes, that's nice. And that goes with the pink theme as well. I like that. In actual fact, I'm going to put that over that side, I think. And tuck that into the pocket just slightly so that it sticks out there. I think that's what we're going to do with that one. So that is going to go just fold that pocket down just so I can get that positioned nicely I just want to pull it over a little bit if I can. That's it. Perfect. There we go, little winter wishes there. What else have we got that we can make use of? Do I actually want to put anything else on there, I ask myself. I think what I will do is just put a nice... Is that one too big? I do like these little snowy snowflakes. They're very pretty, aren't they? I think that one's maybe too big, but what I would like to do is I'd like to put one of these down in this corner here. Like so. Pretty. Look how nice and sparkly they are. They are so pretty, aren't they? That's nice. Okay, and then what am I going to put? I just want something in here, although I'm not too sure what. I don't want words, I don't think. Do I want a smaller snowflake, do you think? Let me have a look and see what a smaller snowflake will look there. Maybe that would work. Yeah, I think so. Let's pop that one on there then. And that's that one. Okay. And I'm going to pop that just about centrally-ish there. I still want that tab, it's not a tab, it's a flap, to come down there. And that's that one. I think I'm happy with that, or do I want to put something on there? How about just a little banner? Or is that too much? Quite like the little banner. I'm just wondering if the two wordings together is a bit too much. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what I'm telling you. Do. We are gonna do it. Pop that on there, like so. And then we're just going to pop a little bit of glue on this bit. And you can go wild on these things. You can do pretty much whatever you want to do. Oops, is that about right? That's about right. There we go. How beautiful. We love that, do we? Not sure if those two so close together look okay, but I think that'll do. There we go. So that's one done, and that's as quick and easy as it is. So very, very simple little project. Like I say, once you've done that, you've then got a nice big pocket here to put a card in. Perhaps a Christmas card could go in there. You've got a pocket here to put something else in, and you've got this pocket here, and I really do think that lends itself beautifully to a gift card for Christmas. You know, I think we use gift cards now more so than we ever used to, because people are becoming more and more difficult to purchase for. So yeah, I think that's perfect. So there we go, that's another little one done. So that's that one done. I'm going to go ahead and do one more, just that you can watch me do it if you want to, or you can nip off and do other things now. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love you to do so. I also want to welcome all my new subscribers that I've had a little flurry of recently. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to stay with me to watch me do another one, I'd love to have you along. But if you've got things that you need to pop off and do, with it being Saturday, I understand that too. So let's have a look and see. what we're going to do now. I'm just looking at my colour variation. I've already done one in that, and I've already done one in that. So I think I'm going to use this, although I've just done a green one. Choice is choice. I'm going to use this one because I haven't used this one yet. So I'm going to use this one. And again, let me scooch all this out of the way. To do your pocket, fold it over to the centre. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to bring this up because I'm struggling to focus. It's so hard without my contact lenses in, you have no idea. Just going to pinch that there just so that I know where the centre is. And I'm also going to do the same down here. Pinch that there. There we go. And now that shows me where the centre line is. You bring your first piece over just past the centre line. And when I say just past the centre line, it literally only needs to be, I don't know, ½ centimetre maybe would be absolutely fine. If you want to be sure of your cover, then you know you could go as much as 1 centimetre if you wanted to, but you really don't need a lot. It just needs to make contact so that you've got that seal down there. And then this one comes over, and again just very slightly over, marry it up and press it down. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to, where's my baby folder? There it is. Just going to crease those down to give me a nice crease. Okay. So the other thing I didn't mention is this does work better with paper that is non-directional, purely because when you fold that up, if this is up the right way, then this is upside down. Yeah, so I personally would tend to do these without directional paper, although I did use directional paper, and you'll see what I mean. So here, when I folded it up, the tree is in the right way, but what I'm not going to be able to do, I covered it up here because the tree here was upside down, and what I'm not going to be able to do is use this as freestanding because these trees are now upside down as well. So this one would need to be stuck to the page and used as either another pocket or completely stuck down. So that's the only reason I say that non-directional paper would be better. But again, absolutely your choice, dependent on what your intention is to do with these pockets. I'm just going to fold up the top section first, and again I'm not measuring anything, it is literally all by eye, and that's 1 inch there. And I'm going to glue this down as well before we go any further. And we're going to pull the glue, oh let me get that little plucky bit out of the way, there we go. Pull the glue just down the edge of the paper there, and you do both sides to make sure that you've got no flappy bits really. And we're going to pull that down that section there, just along the edge of that one, like so. Fold that over and just gently ease that down there. Okay, so that's that one done. We've already done the fold there, and now I'm going to do this one a little bit lower down, make this one a little bit longer. I think we'll go probably to about there. Have a shorter pocket on this one. Just crease that over like so. And then fold the edge down again, about there. I wonder if I've done that just a little bit. Oh, maybe I don't think so. I think that might be alright. Let me just see if that will fit a card in it, because I can always alter it now before it gets too big. Is that? There we go. Look at that. Perfect size for a card. And anybody eagle-eyed out there would have just seen that's my Hobbycraft card I just used to show the depth. Put that bit there isn't particularly, there we go, it's better. Okay, so now we've got a bigger piece here and this piece here. So I am going to do the edges. So we're going to miter off that bit there, turn it over, pop it on that one, and miter off that bit there. Lovely. And then so that I get the same, hopefully this one is as long, it's just about there. Take that bit off there and fold it over and take that bit off there. And that's those done. I don't need those bits now, they can go in the bin. Okay, now I'm going to glue these bits in first. I did find it easier to do this bit before you actually glue it together. So let me just fold that in. Let me follow my own advice. Just give that a creasing and now glue that in. Now it's got a little bit more flexibility to it. Just crease down, glue in. That's that one. You could actually do these as a mass make if you want to. I've done them individually just to walk you through what I'm doing. And then this one, that's that one, so that one needs to be glued. Again, just follow. You see what I mean about that not always going down neatly. So if you do that bit first before you actually glue it, you don't end up faffing about with glue and getting glue everywhere. So you've already now popped it in place, so it keeps that memory of where it's been, so that it makes it easier now to fold in next time round. There you go, you see. So I'm just going to pop the glue on that one. Like so, and fold that one over, and again just press that down. Lovely jubbly, jubbly lovely. And now we've got two pockets there, one quite big and one quite small, but again that's still big enough for you to be able to get a little gift card in there for somebody. I've purposely done that one bigger because I've got a big old this one here. I'm hoping that's going to fit. Look at that, that's lovely. I wanted to put that on. That's beautiful. That's why I wanted that one to be a little bit bigger. There was a method to my madness. So that's nice. I'm going to pop that one in there now. Let me get that out of the way. I have tried putting pins in these things, but I don't have much success with them, I'm not going to lie. I know most crafters do, but I personally haven't really had any success. I find that the pins break quite quickly, and trying to find pins that are stainless, proper stainless steel, that don't go rusty in there is really tough. If you know anywhere where to get them from, I'd love to hear about it, because I really struggled to find any. When I bought some and I was told categorically that they were stainless steel, no they weren't. They went all rusty in my glue, which was a bit nasty. So yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. So there we go, that's that, looking very, very pretty. We like that very much. Okay, and now I want to put a bow on. I think I will go with possibly this one, or shall I go with the pink swans? What other ones did I have here? I can't remember. Oh, got grey swans. Will the grey work? I think the grey works quite nicely, doesn't it? Because we've got grey in that background there, and we're going to go with grey swans. We're going to go with the grey swans. Swans? Right, let's glue this one up. Again, very simple. Pop your glue on the end there, fold it over, bring it down to the hole. These holes are an absolute godsend. They really make making these bows so simple. And then we're going to a little bit of glue on there, fold that over, being careful to keep the little roundy bit, the roundy bit being these roundy bits, of course. Hold that in just to let the glue take. Lovely jubbly. And now we're going to pop a little bit of glue on here. Marry up the little holes. And there you have it. How simple is that? Love it. So simple. And I've now made myself a template so I can make these anytime I want to, which is fab. Love it. And there we go, my little bow. Do I want to put that down here? Do I want to put it on there? Quite like it there. That looks nice, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Like that. Okay. So what else are we going to use? We've got a little green swan here, little green swanny ticket. I like that too. That one could go. I don't like that the swan gets covered up by the flap, to be honest with you. What else have we got? Let's have a look. We've got a with love. That looks very nice. Nice and sparkly. Oh, that's cute. Like that one. The swan won't get covered up with that one. And we've got a with love there. Do we want that there? I do like that there. I could put a with love maybe up there. What do you think? Are we getting good? Is that nice? Again, gets covered over a little bit, but I don't mind that. Could cover up the swan tail just a tad, couldn't we? That's quite cute. Okay, that's nice. Like that there. And oh, we've got a nice little grey piece there. Not sure that works. Tried that one, didn't we? Oh, that's nice. We could forego the swan altogether and put that on. I like that. I prefer that actually. We haven't got an overdose of swans then. Not that I mind swans, but yeah, you don't want too many of them in one place at any one time. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. Do we want anything else on here? That's the question. Maybe we just want to cover up that little crease there and maybe cover up. Oh, there isn't a crease there. It's the liner, it's the pattern. See, that's what happens when you don't have your contact lenses in. You can't see what you're doing. That's not a crease. It's a line in the pattern on the paper. So we're going to have that there. We are going to have that there. And we are just going to, oh, I need a little design in my bow, don't I? I need a little, what should we put in the bow, guys? I do not know. Let's spread out a little snowdrop. There we go. It's not a snowdrop, is it? It's a snowflake. Is there such a thing as a snowdrop? Oh, I could use a snowman. No, I'll go with a snowflake. Stop faffing about, Dawn. And we're going to put that one there. Just going to oh, no, I'm going to put that one in the centre. And then we'll put a little snowflake maybe on there. Or does that want to go? Yeah, that wants to go there. Snowflake on there. Snowflake up there maybe. Yep, I think we're getting there. Okay, so let me just take off this little bit. What did I do with my clippers? There they are. So again, that goes flat to the bit that you want to cut off. Just hold it in your hand gently. Oh, that was good. It flicked out anyhow. There we go. Found it. And now we're just going to pop that into the bow before I stick it down. Just cover up that little hole. If you didn't have any embellishments, or you didn't want to put an embellishment into the centre, you could get a little strip of patterned paper and just put patterned paper around to finish that off. You don't necessarily have to have these sort of embellishments or gem embellishments. You could just use paper if you wanted to, and that would work just as nicely. Okay, I'm going to stick this one down because I know exactly where I want this. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera. I need to be conscious of this because I can't see unless this is like in my face. So yeah, I'm kind of holding things right up. And I'm sorry if my head's in shot today. I know it always is normally anyway, so it doesn't make any odds really. But yeah, I really am struggling to see. But never mind. Hopefully it all looks okay to you guys. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pop this one on. And then we're going to pop that one down there. Lovely, that's that one done. And then I think we will just use these couple of little embellishments just to go on the flaps. Just to make it nice and Christmassy. Love a bit of sparkle at Christmas. I think I want to put that one, oh, they're a bit big actually. Let's pop that one there. Nice. I thought I was going to, I was going to put this here, wasn't I? I remembered. However, now we've got the winter wishes there, I'm wondering if we really need that. I don't think we do. I think that's pretty enough as it is, if I'm completely honest. Let me pop a little bit of glue on there. Like so. And this one ideally wants to just go somewhere in the middle here because we've got that little join there that I just want to mask slightly. Oops, just so it's not quite so obvious. There we go. There, that's nice. And now I could just glue this one down. Now the only thing with having that bow where it is, I'm going to struggle to get things in and out of this pocket, I believe. Let me just have a look and see. Or maybe not actually. No, well, I think it might work. You wouldn't want anything to stick up obviously, but you could still maybe hide something in there if you chose to do so. The other alternative of course would be to glue the whole thing down, which is another option that you've got available to you. There are lots of options. And the other thing that you can do as well, you could, if you wanted to, cut the flap off and put just a little thumb notch in there, which would give you another option and make it look a little bit different. And that's that one done. I'm just wondering if I want a little bit of wordage there. Maybe we do. La la la, a little bit of wordage. What have we got? Just want a little one. I don't want anything too massive. Is that the wrong colour, do you think? Does that work? Oops. Losing all the bits. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that might be the wrong colour, to be honest. What else have we got? I am going to cut this. It'll just give me a little something just to go up the top there. So make things work for you. If you can't find what you want, just make it work. Just trimming that round a little bit. And I'm going to trim that one round there a little bit. How does that look? Okay. That'll do. Not brilliant, but it'll do. Now we're going to pop that on there. Ta-la. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. There we go. Love it. And that's it. That's that one done. So what we have ended up with today, let me just put my top on my glue. Look at my fingers all glued up, yuck. Right then, we have got these two that we've just done. So as you can see, quite a big difference between the size of the pockets. You make these however you want to make them and whatever works for you. So we've got those two. We have got this one, which I made as a tester. And then we've also got these two here that I made previously. So that's it for today. I hope you like them. I think they're really cute. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks very much for your time today, guys. Bye.